we have to discuss something. Everyone's been talking about it. Breaking news. Something just dropped, Micah. A video on the internet that I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
We need to discuss it.
It is the
Furiosa.
Godzilla recreation.
What?
The Godzilla recreation in Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda.
I was going to make a joke. You've made a better joke.
Wait,
Have you seen this video?
You go make your Mad Max joke first.
No, I want to talk about
Regina
this.
didn't say anything.
I want to talk about this Tears of
Mad
the
Max
Kingdom.
Furiosa, Anya Taylor-Joy. Whoa. Chris Hemsworth, have you seen his nose?
Have you seen his nose? Finally doing something different. I respect it. I respect you, Chris Hemsworth.
You respect the nose?
Micah, do you like Mad Max? Thoughts on The Road Warrior?
I have not seen either of the movies.
Micah, there's 4 movies.
I've not seen any of the movies. I've not played the video game.
You
I
don't
have
respect...
not seen the alternate black and white cut of Fury Road.
You're telling me you don't respect Australian cinema?
I guess not.
How many Baz Luhrmann films have you seen?
Baz Luhrmann?
Furiosa trailer dropped. I'm excited. I love the Mad Max series. I love The Road Warrior. I have a soft spot for Thunderdome, but we can all agree that Fury Road is one of the best action movies ever created.
Yep, hard agree.
You haven't even seen Fury Road?
Hard agree.
That's crazy. Every episode, I feel like we fall down a wormhole of what Micah hasn't seen. And it's just...
Speaking of wormholes, the worm in Fury Road, top 3 sandworms of all time.
Gosh,
just above dunes.
Gosh,
sandworm.
What did you think?
It has worms, right?
What did you think of that? I'm not even gonna. I'm not. This is a mess. What did you think of the Furiosa trailer?
I saw Chris Hemsworth's nose. I saw Anya Taylor-Joy. I saw someone with a big fan on the back of their car.
Mm-hmm.
Things are looking good down in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Where this movie is set.
I really liked the trailer. I really like the hyper stylized look that they're going for with it. It's like Fury Road was already hyper stylized. This has just brought it up a couple of notches. I'm really excited. We're talking too much about the Furiosa trailer. We need to get to the Tears of the Kingdom Godzilla video.
Have you not seen this?
I have seen it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Cool. Tears of the Kingdom. Jasha hadn't heard much about this game other than it was Breath of the Wild 2. You came around to my house. I showed you a quick little demo of the things you could do in the game because it's kind of a sandbox game, which funnily enough, you can make little carts and big mechs and really anything under the sun, which involves mechanics.
I remember it was difficult. You were trying to show me a simple wheels on a bike or a car or something.
It feels janky. I tried to make a little car with boosters.
2 hours later.
Blew up. But someone has made a full-on Godzilla battle scene, evoking cinematics of the 54 film.
Yeah.
With very, very similar shots. And he built a working Mechagodzilla in Tears of the Kingdom, just started wailing on some enemies. The things you can do in modern games are crazy, but I wanted to quickly ask you, what other video games do you want to see Godzilla show up in? This is my question. If you could pop a Godzilla mech.
A mech, specifically. A mech.
Godzilla or a mech Godzilla in any game.
Godzilla or a mech Godzilla?
Yeah.
I can see a lot of games that would be better if Godzilla was in them. We love Monster Hunter. Let's just go up against Godzilla. I play Worms Ultimate Mayhem religiously. I annoy my friends with how much I'm just hey guys, Worms 4 Ultimate Mayhem, this game that came out 20 years ago that you have to log in.
We grew up on this game. It's a good game.
Every time you log in, you have to re-invert your controls to be able to play it properly. But imagine a Godzilla Worms attack, right? Concrete Donkey, get out of here.
I was going to say Concrete Godzilla.
Yeah, hey, that can be a mech, I guess. Yeah, my answer's Worms for Ultimate Mayhem.
Holy Oxygen Destroyer.
That's good. They need a...
Give me another one. Give me another one.
What are Team 17 doing? What else is in Worms? Sheep?
Yeah. Yeah, make the best pun ever right now.
Baragon?
That could work. I can see it.
Yeah, right? Any tunnels and explodes?
Yeah. Godzilla mech, though. You know that new Armored Core game that just came out?
Yes.
A little bit ago?
Yes.
Now that's on my backlog to play. If it had Mechagodzilla in, bring that right to the top, baby.
You'll be playing it right now.
Right to the top. I wouldn't be recording this episode. I would be at home playing Armored Core.
All the other 30 games you haven't touched yet that you're meaning to play, just get out of here for Armored Core with Megagodzilla.
I recently bought a Steam Deck.
Yes.
This has given me the motivation to start playing all the games on my backlog. And then Jasha's out here who bought Animal Crossing for Christmas last year, has played it twice. Who got Elden Ring for Christmas last year, has not touched it.
You brought me Animal Crossing for Christmas, and you brought me Elden Ring for my birthday, and I haven't played these games you brought me.
I'm going to buy you another game this Christmas.
Maybe if they had Megagodzilla.
Maybe if they had Megagodzilla. I think that's our final answer. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. New Horizons. Hey everyone, welcome back to Podzilla. I'm Jasha.
Hey, I'm Micah. Look, we're in a bit of a pickle right now. We've currently boarded up our little watch station, our watch tower.
Yeah.
We have, oh gosh, Meganulas.
Swarms and swarms of Meganulas they're just sitting on our watchtower, flying above it, getting into little cocoons. So we're boarded up. We're recording this episode today on Godzilla vs. Megaguirus.
We've been here 3 days.
Yeah.
We're not coming out until G-Force sends us some rations and some supplies.
No.
Or uses Dimension Tide, which I'm pretty sure I heard them say.
They're going to just use Dimension Tide on this watchtower that
so
we're
I'm keeping one eye out through one of these cracks here.
Oh, boy, yeah. But, guys, welcome to Podzilla, the show where we watch through and discuss every single Godzilla movie in order of release date. And we are going back through the Millennium era right now. We're back on track after Minus One, which was... It's our second most listened to episode ever, guys, within days of releasing it.
I'm still riding the high.
Yeah.
Hearing everybody's reactions to this movie has just been such an awesome experience.
Overwhelmingly positive reviews across the board. And we'll get into some later in the episode. We've got some of your Minus One reviews we'll read out. But first off, Micah, I want to hear from you. Is there any Godzilla news?
Is there... Mega Newslawn?
Mega Newslawn.
There's
back in
never
action.
been a more fitting episode for it. First up on the list, Jasha.
Yeah.
This morning, as of recording, the big one dropped.
The big one. Yeah. The actual big trailer. Furiosa,
get out of here.
Get out of here.
Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire.
Yeah.
The first trailer dropped, which was a surprise. The past few days, just to give you some insight, there have been a few leaks around around
X's.
Godzilla X.
Yeah.
X Kong.
Fitting.
Regarding new designs for Godzilla potentially in the new film. And a lot of us were just brushing it off. It showed Godzilla being real skinny.
Yeah.
With some pink crystal spines.
Bright neon pink spikes.
Yeah. And then this morning, as of recording this episode, it dropped the trailer. It seems like a very Kong-centric film, which we had heard about from some leaks.
Yeah.
But it showed a variety of things. It showed us a greater, closer look at the Hollow Earth, which comes from somebody who has not seen Godzilla vs. Kong. What a revelation.
Yeah, I will say, I don't think it's really spoilers, Micah, but the Hollow Earth in Godzilla vs. Kong just looked very empty. Like there were a few monsters here and there. But already in this trailer, it looks like full of life, vibrant, so many Kongs.
So many. Little baby Kong.
Baby Kong? Taking inspiration from Son of Kong or King Kong Lives, which also had a little baby Kong in it.
One of the two. We saw a closer look at Scar King, the antagonist of this film.
Mm-hmm.
Big orangutan. I thought he had one of those machine gun wraparound ammo bands on his thing, but it's like a spine that's connected around his shoulder.
True, is that what it was?
So good. But yeah, we got some Dan Stevens in the movie.
Dan Stevens. I'm in it for Dan Stevens alone. Legendary are killing it with the actors they're getting in their projects nowadays. Kurt Russell first and Monarch, now Dan Stevens.
Life is good.
Life is really good. Did you catch that crab leg?
I didn't.
There's a giant crab looking crustacean appendage that hits into the floor during one scene.
Okay.
Daimyo Hermitor confirmed, potentially?
Is this the Toho crossover we've always wanted? The other thing, though, is we get our other look at Godzilla here, who seems like he's been frozen in a big block of ice, recharging.
Some sort of like Hollow Earth cocoon, almost.
Yeah. And one of the final shots, I wanted to show you this, Jasha. One of the final shots of this, you know the one I'm talking about, where...
Yeah, you don't need to show me.
I'm going to show you anyway. We have Godzilla, very skinny, neon pink scoots, running full speed.
Alongside Kong, who has a metal arm.
Kong has a metal arm.
Robot arm.
I just want your thoughts on this, because like, this one's sped up I'm showing you, but this doesn't look like Godzilla.
He's just been losing weight. He's been getting in shape for whatever comes next. You know what? It doesn't look like Godzilla, or the Godzilla at least that we used to from Legendary stuff. But today, watching Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, there were a couple of front-on shots of Goji, and he looked very skinny from the front on, and he had big spiky purple scoots.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's super far off some of the iterations we've seen. It's just very different in Monsterverse standards, and the running just looks very wrong.
I think the thing about it for me is the arms. He just seems like he's got such long arms.
I mean, he looks very humanoid, right? But
yeah,
Godzilla's always been a person in a suit.
Yeah, he has. Like it makes sense. That's going to be me 2024.
Yeah, me too, actually. Is that going to be our New Year's resolutions next year? Is just get into Godzilla's shape.
Look, you get into Godzilla shape. I'll get into Kong shape. Yeah. I'll shave off all the hair on my body except for my shoulders.
Cut off your arm.
Is that what happened? Did he cut off?
I don't know.
It has also been confirmed that Doug plays a greater part in this movie. Now, I did not know who Doug was, but all my Doug boys out there, you know what I'm talking about.
I wish I didn't know who Doug was. I just know that they're going to be like, whoa, what's that monster? Oh, he looks like a Doug. And they're going to like full on just lean into the meme. And I'm not ready for it.
You know, that's not his name. His name is Titanus Doug.
It's even worse. Even worse. We need to talk about Minus One just real briefly because it was headlines all over the place this morning that Godzilla Minus One has broken the world record for the biggest opening weekend ever for a live-action Japanese film in the United States.
Hey, that's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
In the States, wow.
So live-action, I guess probably Ghibli films have done better than it before, or some anime films.
Yeah, it would be animated films.
But that's pretty good for a live action. Godzilla Minus One's just crushing it at the moment. And
did you see its Rotten Tomatoes rating? It was sitting at 100% for like a week straight. And then one or two people came along, gave it not 5 out of 5 ratings, and they just got slammed all across social media.
Yeah. But to be honest, everyone's been pretty positive. There have been a few people that have been a bit negative, but...
No, I haven't heard anybody be negative about it.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Except for one of those reviewers.
Were they actively negative?
I think so. But yeah, I think across the board, it's been overwhelmingly positive for Minus One. And I mean, it's blowing people's minds that it was only made on a $15 million budget.
Which is so little.
Yeah, so little. And it's just driving people insane thinking about Godzilla being 15 million and then like the Marvels being 200, 300 million, 200 whatever. Million. So pretty crazy. Wow. Pretty crazy. Pretty impressive.
Good stuff, Toho.
Yeah. And we'll get into some Minus One reviews later on. If you guys are using Spotify or any podcast app that isn't Apple Podcasts, I think, you can skip around through our episodes, by the way. Use the chapter functions to listen to what you want to listen to first off. So you can skip to that if you'd like. You haven't been watching Monarch, right?
I have not been watching Monarch. I know one meme that came from one of the recent episodes.
Oh.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Godzilla standing in front of a nuke?
Yes, that's not spoilers, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good meme.
That's a good meme. I saw a lot of people on Twitter taking that screenshot of Godzilla standing in front of the bomb, posting it and being like, it looks like Godzilla's hosting a podcast. And I saw numerous comments that were like, haha, a podcast like that would be called Podzilla.
No.
And it's like, so many people making the joke.
We should have signed on to the Podzilla account and just made the most of it.
Replying to each of those, hey,
this is Godzilla.
This is Godzilla
reporting to you live.
I am really enjoying Monarch. I'm an episode behind,
Oh,
but I'm trying to bulk up a couple of them and get through. Again, Kurt Russell is just really good. Wyatt Russell's really good. I'm enjoying the amount of monsters that are in each episode. Godzilla's consistently in this thing, which is awesome.
which not a lot of people thought would happen.
No. So, yeah, big thumbs up from me.
And I have one last piece of news, but because we will only have a minute to discuss it, I'm going to hold it off until later.
Oh, my goodness. The foreshadowing. Well, should we get into Godzilla versus Megaguirus?
It's been waiting. Jaysha, tell me about Godzilla versus Megaguirus.
In 1954, nuclear testing awoke the terrifying kaiju Godzilla, who proceeded to quickly devastate Tokyo. In the years that followed, Japan rebuilt and even embraced nuclear power. But Godzilla returned once more in 1966. After the second attack, Japan decided to ban nuclear energy as it seemed to attract the monster, and they switched to plasma energy as a clean alternative. Then again, in 1996, guess what? Godzilla returned and fed on the plasma reactor. The anti-Godzilla unit G-Graspers was quickly formed, and they started to develop the Dimension Tide, a black hole weapon, in a last-ditch effort to get rid of Godzilla. One day, however, a young child named Jun discovers a large egg left behind after one of the Dimension Tide tests. It soon hatches into giant insects called Meganulons. Then, the Meganulons hatch into winged Meganula, before they all feed off Godzilla's life force and create Megaguirus, a Godzilla-Meganula hybrid. The G-Graspers try to deploy the Dimension Tide against Godzilla, but they fail. As the city is soon caught in between Megaguirus and Godzilla's battle, the Graspers give the Dimension Tide one last try, and it works. That is, until weeks later, when Jun is attending school, and Godzilla returns once more. Godzilla versus Megaguirus. Megaguirus is how they say it in the American dub.
I just want to say this right off the bat. This American dub was not done by Americans.
Was it not?
Well, there might have been a few, but it was mostly done by oceanic people. People like you and me, Jaysha.
It did sound like it.
I'm really bad now. I can't tell the difference between Aussie and Kiwi accents on movies. So I just hear like the lady professor speaking in this movie, and she just sounds off.
Dude, I just watched the Japanese version, so I can't remember what you're even talking about.
I heard someone say car.
It's funny because when people do
Godzilla instead of Godzilla,
when people do New Zealand accents in movies, like when they're like, hey, I'm a New Zealander.
Never right.
No, they always go for Australian, which I think has conditioned us to just put the two together.
Yeah.
And we can't hear our own accents. We don't even have accents, right?
We don't have accents.
No.
I think it's what everybody hears when they listen to Podzilla.
Our accents?
Yeah, it's like, this movie sounds wrong. Is this what Kiwis sound like?
It's probably not even Megaguirus. It's probably Megagur.
They all say
Megaguirus. Megaguirus. Hey, we're sorry in advance. Okay, we're going to talk about this opening for this movie because, like Godzilla 2000 did, it retcons everything out of the way that we've watched in the Godzilla franchise thus far. And in Godzilla 2000's continuity, it's just Godzilla 1954 and Godzilla 2000. And this movie, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, instead of being a sequel to Godzilla 2000, it retcons that and everything else and recreates some of the moments from the 1954 movie.
Yeah, it's like a retelling of the first movie almost.
But the Oxygen Destroyer didn't happen, and all that happened was Godzilla attacked back then.
No.
It's really interesting. This is just a completely standalone Godzilla movie.
Which we don't usually have a completely standalone movie set in modern day that also includes the origins of Godzilla.
And a monster alongside it.
And another monster.
Yeah.
It's just like a heap of Godzilla tropes all into one.
But it was really interesting because there's like recreations at the start of Megaguirus when they're clearly trying to recreate the 1954 movie, but Maya Goji is there.
It looks good though. Like it's fully black and white. I know in some of the scenes I think there's one person who kind of looks like a stand-in for Serizawa, but they copy a lot of the shots. Did you see the one of the old woman like slamming her fist down in the courtroom?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like 1-to-1 exact replica of the scene.
Yeah.
Real faithful recreation of a few of those moments from the first film.
Yeah, I really like that starting and then straight into another encounter they have with Godzilla, and it's just this team, this little squadron going up against Godzilla in the alleyways. And it reminded me so much of the 1998 American Godzilla movie, which a lot of the times you see Godzilla in that, he's just skirting in between skyscrapers and streets, and it's all foggy and dark, and you see his foot in between alleyways. Kind of evoked some of that. So
yeah, I really like seeing these like on the ground soldiers in action. Like, what the heck is a rocket launcher going to do against Godzilla?
I don't know, but it's great anyway.
At this point, they're trying anyway, and like it's got some seriously good looking shots here.
There's little trash cans. There's little miniature trash cans.
There's mini trash cans.
They don't look real, but I appreciate them. But anyway, that's like the basis for the whole rest of the movie, right? Because we have our main character, which is Kariko
Tsujimori.
Yeah, and she is great. She is awesome in this. I think this is like one of the first female-led Godzilla films we've had in a long time, at least.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, she was a great protagonist, and this really set up the journey she goes on throughout the movie because her whole squadron's killed.
Mm-hmm.
Her captain saves her life just after saying this real heroic speech about when you're afraid, don't run, fight. And he gets killed by Godzilla. All her teammates get killed, and she's the lone survivor. So it's kind of her arc throughout this movie is she wants to avenge them. She needs to get back at Godzilla for her fallen comrades. Yeah,
and right before that title card flashes up on screen, we see her shoot the rocket once more. And I always like seeing it when one singular character has a vendetta against Godzilla. And that's shown all throughout this movie. We saw it a little bit in versus King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
In the Heisei. The Heisei era. Which is, I just like seeing it. I like it. I like Godzilla looking at things and looking like he's seeing one person in particular.
Yeah, it is good. These are like real personal stories.
When it's a personal gripe someone has.
Personal gripe with Godzilla. Yeah, it's really interesting because they're nothing to him, but he's everything to them. Yeah, which is this real fun thing that they can play with.
Fun dynamic.
But across the board, I quite liked the characters we had in this one because we have Kariko, and she was really, really good. We also have Kudo, who is this guy.
What is he?
He's this funny little nerdy inventor dude. We start off, we see him in a sushi shop doing magic tricks for kids.
This is the one scene that I saw it and I'm like, wait, I have seen this movie
before. I know, me too.
He's trying to make he's showing these kids a magic trick. He's got some rice, he's got some pickles, he's got some curry. He puts a spoon next to them, puts a bowl over it. He brings the bowl up and it's all on the spoon, all cooked.
Yeah.
And he's built these little microbots.
Microbots that are just pulling these little tricks for him.
One's got a little spatula.
They're pretty cool.
My spirit nanobot.
Your spirit nanobot. A little robot with a spatula. Yeah. The thing is,
I think you'd be the one with the whisk.
Did one of them have a whisk? Hey, bags him. That's me. Those things don't even exist nowadays. There's no way you can make tiny little robots that look like that can, in 5 seconds flat, get down off the top of this bowl, pick up all these ingredients, rearrange it onto a spoon.
Not in 5 seconds.
It's pretty amazing. It's mind-blowing that they could do that quickly. And these kids are just like, they're robots. Whatever.
Oh, what a loser.
Let's get out of here. Kids, this is the most amazing thing someone on the face of the planet's ever done. Get out of here, Einstein. Get out of here, Newton. Get out of here, all the other inventors and scientists of past. This guy made these little microbots that can make you a nice meal in seconds. I'd give anything.
Truly something that we need nowadays.
But I don't really know what he does. He's hired by the G Graspers.
This is one of the things I didn't understand. Why did they hire this guy?
Hey, microbots are only a couple steps away from huge black hole weapons.
You're not wrong. You're very wrong, but who am I to say I don't make my nanobots?
Well, it's because there's a scientist, right?
Who used to have him
as a student.
So
they went and scouted him out because he used to be in her class and they hire him to work for her. I quite liked the whole setup of this movie. It flows really well. I feel like we get a lot of time with the G Graspers when they show us through their organization. We meet all the people in all the different roles. We see a lot of the group.
We see brief introductions to all of them.
Yeah, whereas I feel with G-Force, not the real life G-Force, but in the movies we've seen before.
Cinematic Godzilla universe.
Cinematic G-Force. G-Force and other organizations, it's so glossed over to the point that you don't really understand how the organization works or who's who.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just to the point, hey, meet this person and this person and this person, and they do this.
It seems like quite a small... Like, on one hand, they do make, like, dimension tides. And they have ships that they pilot. On the other hand, it seems like a little startup company.
Yeah.
Like, he's brought on, they've just got a few people working the stations. But I do like this idea of this team actively trying to defend against Godzilla.
G-Graspers. What do you...
G-Graspers.
Do you like the name?
No.
We need to... When you get
some... What are they grasping?
We need to... You know, all the G fans, the Godzilla fans that listen to Podzilla are famously P fans. We need to make like P Grasper merch. Like imagine that on a little hat, like a shirt, maybe some swim shorts. We need to...
Every time I hear Grasper, I think of those like extendable arm toys. Those like extendable punch gloves.
Yes.
Branded the name P Grasper on that. You're going to get millions and millions.
We need to start our Etsy store back up. We can make some money. There's a little joke in this sequence as well when I keep forgetting his name. Kudo is getting introduced to everyone in the team and no one's responding to him. And the only person that talks to him is the person that Kariko introduces as the G Grasper spokesman.
Wait, that's great.
He's like, hi. It's like... He's the spokesman. He's the only one that talks.
This isn't the dude standing outside, like the dude that they really do dirty, just standing outside the door.
No, I don't think so.
They rock up to the doors and you're just like, hiya, miss. He's the nicest looking guy ever.
Didn't stand out too much. Yeah, and then we're just introduced to this G-Grasper group that hire him and that start doing these tests on the Dimension Tide. And then we quickly switch perspectives to the little boy named Jun. Who's just going out into the forest near the school. And for some reason, right near a school, G-Graspers are like, this is the perfect place to do this.
It is right near the school,
Dimension Tide test.
Yeah. This black hole which sucks in surrounding matter.
And then, yeah, the Dimension Tide is a successful test, and Jun then finds in the area around a little egg.
An icky, slimy, gross, nasty egg.
And I quickly realized that even though I've seen this movie a lot of times growing up, in my subconscious, this is just morphed with the water horse. Do you remember the water horse?
I can picture the egg, as you say. It's a really long, skinny one.
The Water Horse Egg, which is a movie. I feel like I watched Water Horse and this around the same time.
We saw Water Horse at the cinemas together.
Yeah. So for some reason in my subconscious, those two just morphed together. And I remembered before watching this, I just assumed so much more of this movie was about this little kid with an egg and just freaking out about these bugs that are coming out of the egg. And he's trying to hide the egg from his parents and he's struggling with it. It's like 5 minutes of this movie.
He's not in it that much. He brings the egg home. He hides it in a box. He finds out it's producing slime. So he takes it into town, tries to pop it with some other lady's recycling. She starts yelling at him because it's not recycling day today, it's tomorrow. So he just dumps it into a sewer, as you do.
He's this big old insect fan. He finds this egg, proceeds to just get rid of it like 5 seconds later.
Why? Because it's slimy.
Because it's slimy. What is this kid doing? And then, yeah, from there, I guess the movie really kicks into gear. We see the return of Meganulons, who, of course, Micah,
we all know
the monsters that we know famously from Rodan.
Now, they looked a little different in Rodan, didn't they?
Very different. Yeah, they were still bugs. They still had big bug eyes, big pincers. But I feel like they were a bit more bulbous and brown.
Yeah. A lot more like Mothra larva.
Yeah.
I'd say.
And I really like the classic look.
I prefer the classic look.
Yeah, I feel like I prefer it too. The Meganulons themselves aren't in this much. They get a brief sequence when they kill a couple people in alleyways.
Which is a nice little horror sequence.
Yeah. I also remember, I don't think our dad let us watch this scene when we were growing up.
No, it was too violent for us.
This and the Shockirus scenes, man, the scariest things ever put to film.
Yeah, we see a little bit with the Meganulons later on, where they all like crowd the side of a building. I wanted to bring something up though. So there's a conversation between two people right before that alleyway scene happens.
Yes. The beer conversation?
The beer conversation.
Yeah.
And it is the most fascinating dialogue I've ever seen put to script. We just pop up onto this random couple.
Yeah.
And I wanna tell you what they say.
Please, can you just say it dramatically too?
Hey, Koji, do you want a drink? Yeah. A beer okay? That'll do. I'll go to the store. That'll be good. Wait for me here. Okay. And then he immediately turns around an alley, walks like minutes away and just starts smoking.
Dude, Mikey, you won't know. You don't have a girlfriend. But this is what every date's like, right? Me and Monique, every day, we're just walking the streets. She asks me if I want a beer, and I'm just like, yeah. Okay.
That'll do.
Sit down, have a smoke while I'm
good.
waiting for her. You know what? The dialogue's exactly the same in the Japanese version in the subtitles. Unless they were subtitles made off the dub. It was just awkward across the board. And I love how she's like, wait for me here. And then he immediately doesn't.
Walks away. And you know what happens next? He dies.
Yeah.
That's why you stick with your girlfriends if they're getting beer for you.
That's why you shouldn't smoke.
So why smoking's bad for your health?
Yeah.
It's not because of the smokes.
And beer. Don't drink, don't smoke. Or else, you know what? Maybe that's the hidden message of this film.
Anti-smoking. Anti-alcohol.
Another scene which I really loved from this movie is when Kuriko is in the water on like a little lifeboat, life raft thing.
Yes. And at this point, Godzilla hasn't been in the movie. In the current day.
Yeah.
Kudo was brought onto the G-Graspers purely to help test out the Dimension Tide and other inventing aspects. But they see some energy in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Which is big, Jasha.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
You know what else is big?
What?
Godzilla.
It's a cool sequence, especially coming right off the back of watching Minus One.
It feels very Minus One.
I love the way that this Godzilla and Megaguirus, Megaguirus, I think he's still called. I love the way he looks in the water. Just how spiky he is. Like the spikes emerging out of the waves.
And we get a cool sequence where she ends up like on the back of Godzilla on his spines. Have we seen that before? Other characters being on Godzilla?
I don't know if we have.
It's really, I loved it.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad.
For the time, but it would have been all right.
I appreciate the effort they went to having to like comp her on and cut her out and every single frame on the back of Godzilla. It's a cool sequence.
The big thing here, she shoots a gun that Kudo made.
Yeah.
That puts a tracking device on Godzilla. The other cool thing is she has like an inflatable bodysuit that brings a mouthpiece up to her mouth so she can breathe.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's a cool look. That could be some more P-Grasper merch for us.
P-Grasper inflatable bodysuit.
Yeah.
Imagine us rocking up to a con with two of those.
P-Graspers at G-Fest.
P-Grasper outfits with our P-Grasper extendable.
would never come back from it, dude. We would never come back from it. I don't know if we'll ever get back from this, to be honest. Okay, we got to talk about this scene that inspired our art this season of Podzilla, the season 3 art that Cassie Celine did for us.
Insane art. Love it.
Insane art. Maya Goji fighting off a bunch of Meganulas.
And we know that we have Kiwi accents. Yes, it is Maya Goji.
Yeah.
We say Maya Goji.
You just said the exact same thing twice.
Maya.
Meyer.
We say Maya Goji.
Maya Goji.
Maya Goji.
Maya. Meyer.
Maya Goji.
Maya. Huh. Meyer Goji. Nuclear. There's a cool sequence on an island.
Godzilla comes up to the island.
Yeah.
The Meganulas.
Who are like Meganulons, but with wings.
They're like proper Vespoids.
Mm-hmm.
Dragonflies with big stingers and big wings.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them start swarming Godzilla and attacking him on this island.
Yeah, it's an interesting sequence, and it looks really interesting because, I mean, we're the early 2000s, CGI is really ramping up. Most of these bugs are CG flying around him, but it eventually switches to a lot of them being practical, sticking into him and sucking stuff out of him.
Sucking the energy out of him.
Yeah, the practical ones look really good.
Yeah.
I was super impressed by how the practical ones looked when they dropped to the ground. I just love practical effects, and it was always a bit of a disappointment when it cut to the CGI ones or when it cut to all the bugs on the side of those buildings.
Yeah.
And they're all coming out of their shells.
It's such a contrasting look, eh?
CG overload. I feel like we even get some shots of Godzilla in this when he's once again fully CG, like swimming under the water.
Yeah, under the water especially. Not many when he's on land, I don't believe.
No. But it's a real back and forth, and I don't mind it because it's of the time and I can let it go because it was kind of groundbreaking back then. But it doesn't hold up.
This feels like the movie that is the classic Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
It's the
CG.
same. It's the same type of CG. You're completely right.
When I think to early 2000s CG, this is the Godzilla movie I think of.
Can we talk about Megaguirus?
Yes, we can.
The queen of the Meganula. The Meganula all suck Godzilla's life force into him, then do a nice breaststroke under the water.
Yeah.
Then he'll give up their lives to...
They inject Godzilla's energy
into like this big egg sac
cocoon
thing. I think it's the egg.
That they all hatched from.
It's the original egg.
The Meganulon life cycle is very interesting.
Yeah, because I think when the Dimension Tide originally did its thing, it accidentally brought back a Meganula and an egg.
Is that what brought it back? Is that how they came here originally?
Yeah, the Dimension Tide, the black hole like went back in time and brought these prehistoric bugs.
I did not know this.
Yeah, man. I could be completely wrong. But it brought back a Meganula and an egg.
Yeah.
The Meganula proceeds to get destroyed by Godzilla. We see like images of Godzilla destroying this bug.
Okay.
And then the kid, Jun, finds an egg.
Okay.
He puts the egg into the sewer. We see little tiny balls coming off the egg. Little tiny molecules.
Little nodules.
Those turn into Meganulons. And the egg just continues to grow.
Yes, it continues to spout Meganulons.
Yeah, until it is implanted with Godzilla energy. And we're back to having a monster that's pretty much Godzilla's brother or sister in this case.
I don't think that's how genetics works.
Yeah, man.
But let's go with it. Talk to me about Megaguirus. Megaguirus, as they call it.
Megaguirus, a giant dragonfly. Yeah?
Yep.
Pretty unique. We haven't really seen a big bug like this in Godzilla. Closest thing would be Batra or Mothra.
Yep.
But
Batra's whole thing was more like his lightning attacks,
Yeah.
his duality to Mothra. Megaguirus takes on more of like a Rodan style of attacking.
yeah, the way she looks with her wings as well.
Yeah.
It's very different to your classic Mothra, like moth design.
Yeah.
The tail hangs differently. The head's more dragon-like as opposed to insect-like, I feel.
They make an effort to... Yeah, the head is crazy on this thing. Real
spiky.
jagged teeth. They make a real effort of showing her wings moving supersonic speed all the time.
Yeah, did you catch the scenes as well when we see Godzilla from Megaguirus' perspective and it's slow-mo?
Slow-mo in heavy quotes.
What do you mean?
They show every sixth frame, so it's just real... It's Peter Jackson slow-mo.
Man, it's Megaguirus vision. That's what you'll be seeing if you're a bug. appreciated it bringing us into her world.
Okay.
Really added to the
Really
the
added to
experience.
I should also say at this point, it's unexplained why, but the whole city the water level has just risen
That was
so much.
It was pretty funny because the G-Graspers just like they learn about the flood and it's already
I've got the quote here.
everyone would already be dead.
They're
Where
all-
is everyone?
They're all watching the TV, and the announcer just says, "There's been a violent rise in the water table. Experts have no idea of the exact cause."
It seems like seconds it happened. But everyone's okay in refugee camps outside the city.
This feels like the writer's way of they just wanted a water-covered city. They didn't need a reason.
They don't even fight in the water-covered city though, right? They fight like
No,
on
they
solid
don't.
land. Godzilla's not half in water during the final fight. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I wonder the reason why they did it. It would have been cool having a proper flooded cityscape
Because the city
as a
floods,
showdown.
then the Meganulons all attached to the buildings because
Yes.
they're aquatic creatures that need the water to mutate or something like that.
Yeah, and then Megaguirus
So I guess
hatches out of the thing
yeah.
under the water.
for the amount of Meganulas they needed a lot of water.
The Meganula to water ratio.
Yeah, it makes sense. But the Megaguirus fight's pretty awesome stuff. I love the way Megaguirus looks with her claws, her big pincers.
Yeah.
And the fight's pretty brutal. She's stabbing Godzilla with her big stinger. Godzilla, did you see the move when he bends over, cuts her up with his jagged spikes?
With his scoots.
and
cuts
just
off her claw?
Cuts off a whole claw.
That's good stuff. Real standouts of this fight to me is, once again, Godzilla or Megaguirus' yellow-orange breath and light-up spines.
It's even more yellow than 2000. I feel like that was a bit more fire orangey. This is just
I just freaking love Megaguirus' spine color. The nasty Megaguirus smile that happens.
the CG enhanced smile.
I looked up on some of the wikis here, and they all state that Megaguirus is a very facially expressive creature.
Wow.
Absolutely not. They just like morph her face to have her eyes
so
widen.
bad.
Some of my favorite things is Megaguirus dropping that big pyramid building on Godzilla.
Yeah.
Very good.
She looks so happy with herself.
She did, didn't she?
CGI enhanced happiness, but yeah.
And my favorite thing of all is that last shot of
Ooh.
Megaguirus stinging Godzilla in the mouth
You think it's over.
and just hanging on that for like 10 seconds straight. It's amazing. I really
He's
do love it.
paralyzed. And then he bites down, rips the stinger off, and just destroys her. My favorite part of the fight, the body slam, goes so hard.
Body slam is so good.
Up there with the tail slide and the Hedorah flying. It's a Godzilla all-timer move for me. Just that frame of him falling.
Insane.
Hundreds
All
of
time.
at least 300,000 meters in the air down onto Megaguirus.
For this scene, there was the Godzilla suit actor played by Tsutomu Kitagawa in this movie, who did the stunt work for the Super Sentai series.
Whoa.
Also,
That's like Japan's Power Rangers, right?
yeah, Japan's Power Rangers, as well as the actual Power Rangers,
Hey,
and also Dynaman. I don't know what Dynaman is.
like Dino Man?
Dynaman, Dynamite, Dynaman,
Ooh.
which just sounds cool.
So he's not at diners like serving people by day,
Dynerman.
fighting crime by night.
But apparently that's a thing he often does. It's just big jumps into the air.
Wow, it's a signature move, the body slam. It did turn very WWE for that moment.
It did.
I really like the end of this movie, though, because even though we have the Megaguirus versus Godzilla fight, that's over. Megaguirus is destroyed, and we still have this huge finale when the members of the G-Graspers in their ship, I think it's called the Griffin, need to sort out Godzilla, and they have to figure out how to use the Dimension Tide properly, and they have to try it. Last-ditch effort against him to try and kill him.
And it's a fun little sequence. The Godzilla's still on a rampage. I think they say that the Dimension Tide loses fuel, so it just starts falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
And then the Griffin has to swoop in. And what do they end up doing in the end? They try and make the Dimension Tide fall onto Godzilla, and then shoot at the last second. What did the Griffin have to play in that final?
I don't know. They were just calling out
Calling the shots.
the timings, the shots. I really like it though, because for a standalone movie that's completely standalone, it manages to give us a really good intro to Godzilla's destruction. He has a really great monster fight. And then that's not even the ending of the movie. The ending is still humanity trying to stop Godzilla from destroying them. It's really like back to basics, almost Godzilla's story. And it fits so much into the movie.
Yeah.
It manages to do so much.
And I always like how these movies come up with a really cool final way of defeating Godzilla.
Yeah.
This is a real metal way of defeating Godzilla, I should say.
It's metal.
It's pretty metal.
It's real metal.
Taking a falling black hole shooter out of the sky and shooting it last second. It's good stuff.
We can get into some more thoughts soon, but did you have any trivia for the movie?
Jaysha, I've got trivia galore.
Let's go.
Trivia galore.
You've actually got trivia this time?
Yep. This movie actually has trivia. So, like you said, this movie uses the Megaguirus suit.
Love it.
So did Godzilla 2000 Millennium. They're not connected, I should say. But it was because they originally planned a trio of movies after the TriStar movie came out.
Oh, wow.
But they were making this movie and they just thought it kind of worked better as a standalone. So we would have seen Megaguirus once more.
But this is the final appearance.
This is the final appearance. It's a standalone appearance. But you also said that the film does not mention the use of the oxygen destroyer. We don't know whether it was even used in the first place, whether Godzilla died. They kind of insinuate that it's the same Godzilla who did the original 54 attack. But if we go over to Godzilla Defense Force,
oh my goodness,
this is the mobile game that's still running today, isn't it?
This is the game that I was really into before I got into Battle Line. That you used to make fun of me for playing on this very podcast.
Yeah, and I stand by that. If you go into the Megaguirus iteration of Godzilla in that game, the Codex entry states that the oxygen destroyer was used against this Godzilla and actually sent him into decades of hibernation. That's the most official answer that we're going to get.
That's really interesting.
Which is pretty big coming from Godzilla Defense Force.
Yeah, so it is like the 1954 movie did still happen. Or at least parts of it. Godzilla looked different. He didn't turn into a skeleton in the end, but kind of the events kind of happened the way they did.
It seems like we can take all the movie's events, bar Godzilla dying.
Yeah. Man, Defense Force was so good for lore and the amount of monsters are in the game. I think Meguma is in Defense Force.
Meguma is.
Some of the crazy...
Someday I want to do a deep dive into Defense Force. This should be a Patreon episode. We go through Defense Force Codex entries.
I'm actually so keen.
Scour for some facts.
We play that non-stop for like a month, then talk about it.
Not a bad idea. I'm all for this. This is the first movie with a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So how they defeat Godzilla is, like we said, they bring him into the black hole. Seems like he's just gone forever. They've finally rid the world of Godzilla. But we see our little kid once again. And he's on the playground at school. And we hear an explosion. And we hear him turn around. And we hear a roar.
Godzilla's back. It's crazy how many times in this movie it's like Godzilla's defeated. And he returns.
Godzilla's back.
He gets blasted into a black hole. But he's back.
How did he get out the first time? He like burrowed under the ground.
It missed him. That's what they say. Like, oh, we missed. Somehow, he's just underneath all the rubble.
The director, Masaki Tezuka, actually shows up in the post-credit scene on a playground with the school children in a white shirt.
Did he?
So every movie he directs, he is in it in some capacity.
Yeah, because I know that he directs against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS.
Yeah, the Mechagodzilla duology.
Yeah, which is coming up. He also, funnily enough, directed Go Forth Godman. Do you remember this? In our Godman,
is this the short?
Yeah, in our Godman and Green Man episode, we also watched, I think it was like 2008 or it was a short released in the 2000s with both of them in it. And he directed that. Quite a prolific director in the Godzilla franchise.
I can remember the Go Godman special. I feel like I see some of the similar cinematography techniques in there.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. TriStar created a 90-minute version of this film for airing on the Sci-Fi Channel. You know the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, and that's been lost to time, right?
Yeah.
No one can watch that shorter version anymore.
They cut out a lot of subplots. Apparently there was some real funny mistakes in dialogue that happened because of it, but pretty much all videos have been lost to time.
They made the beer conversation even more awkward somehow.
They had that conversation, and they just cut everything about the Meganula killing them in the end in the alleyway. One of the names for this movie, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, the G Annihilation Strategy.
Yeah,
You
so
might
it was
have seen
released in the States, I
in the
think.
States, yep. But in Japan, this movie is actually called Godzilla X Megaguirus. The reason is the producer Shogo Tomiyama said that the X in the Japanese title was introduced as he wanted to give Japanese fans another way to refer to the series. So if you think back on the Heisei movies, all of those movies had verses in them.
It's also known as, the Godzilla versus
series.
Yeah.
So he kind of wanted them to refer to this iteration of Godzilla as the X series, which is why some of the films going forward use X in their title. We have Gojira X Megaguirus. We have Gojira X Mechagodzilla and Gojira X Mosuda X Mechagodzilla.
Whoa.
All the ones directed by this director here.
That was their original Japanese releases.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That makes me all right with Godzilla X Kong now. They're just doing a callback to the Millennium Era.
It's just a callback.
Is
It's
such
just a
a big
callback.
fan. Yeah.
There's also been quite a few really, really cool videos done on YouTube about like the history of this movie. Shout out to Big Action Bill, big
Legit.
YouTuber who does awesome videos on like the history of these movies and some of the facts behind them. He did one on versus Megaguirus. Very, very fun to watch.
Oh, cool.
Learned a lot of things from it.
Check out Big Action Bill. But who hasn't checked out Big Action Bill?
Yeah, everybody knows Big Action Bill.
You're listening to Podzilla, but you're not watching Big Action Bill. What world are we living in? Oh, man.
That'll be me with... Did we have a name for trivia?
It was Trivia.
No, it wasn't.
That was what we
No, it
decided to name
wasn't.
it. Trivia. Tristavia.
Tristavia.
Yeah, it was still workshopping. We're still
workshopping.
What did you want to take us home then with your final thoughts and your rating for Godzilla X Megaguirus?
The G Annihilation
The
Strategy.
G Annihilation Strategy.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this movie. I love Megaguirus as an idea for a villain. Taking some of those older ideas like the Meganulons and bringing them in as a final fight. I do love Megaguirus. The vibrancy that she has, the brutality that like permeates the entirety of this movie, and I think the final fight between them is one of the coolest final fights to date, especially for a monster that's pretty much solely airborne.
Yeah.
Like they do some really, really interesting things during the fight.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I think that the human side of things, I felt like it was a bit lacking, although I can't give any specific reasoning for it. I didn't feel too attached to Tsujimori or Kudo, or even the little kids, surprisingly.
Didn't like Jun.
Little Jun.
Ichiro still at the top.
I liked his butterfly collection
Hey.
as a standout for me.
Puts such care into his butterflies and just leaves the egg as soon as he can.
I will say, though, Maya Goji might be my favorite Goji so far across all of Godzilla.
It's a really good look and it's really different. Yeah. And I did see, I mentioned it before, but the Godzilla X Kong trailers come out with the pink Godzilla. There's a lot of people online that are just like, this sucks. Godzilla's always got blue spikes or his breath's always white or blue. But it's been different before.
Well, I also heard that they've done, 4 Godzilla movies in the MonsterVerse now? I heard that they kind of all map to a certain era of Godzilla. Because this one's pink, technically refers to Millennium and the Maya Goji.
Yeah, pink, purple, pretty much the same
Pink,
thing.
purple. What was he in?
We had a burning Godzilla in one of the previous ones. We had a
Burning
very
Godzilla.
blue one. Yeah, so he's going through a lot of changes.
Godzilla's going through some stuff. He's going through puberty so fast. I don't think it helped that I watched the English version of this movie. As well as the very, very botched accents. There's a lot of times where you see the characters talking over one another. Like one person will be talking and then it seems like there's like a background extra who's saying something, but they put it at the same level of volume as everybody else, if not higher. All in all, though, it's a pretty good standalone film. especially if you're new to Godzilla. I think it's one of the ones that gets you up to date with him and provides a pretty entertaining story and a very entertaining monster villain to boot. I'm going to give this, Jaysha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give...
Like Dimension Tides?
I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Megaguirus 3 stars.
Oh, wait, can you repeat that?
I'm going to give 3 stars to Godzilla vs. Megaguirus.
Gurus stirs.
Megaguirus stirs.
This is a new low for the show. I apologize to everyone listening.
I'll flick that back to you. What did you think of this?
But you gave it 3.
I'll give it 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you saw this movie probably a bit more than I did as a kid.
Yeah.
So this is nostalgic for you.
It is nostalgic. How about Kudo's virtual assistant he makes that looks like a nurse and suddenly changes into Kiriko?
Someone comments on it as well.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, is that Commander Tsujimori?
So he had this virtual assistant he obviously programmed to made it look like a nurse. That's pretty cool, right? Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
He starts at G Graspers, and in a matter of days, the virtual assistant has changed into Kiriko.
She constantly jokes about it in the movie as well.
Yeah, the two of them.
When they think she's dead at the end, the first thing she says is like,
"You got a crush on me?
You got a crush on me or something?"
I like them. They're my faves. I actually really like their the characters in this.
They're dynamic.
I feel like Kiriko is really well fleshed out. The story of her losing her group team and then just trying against all odds to get revenge for it. She has this really heartwarming moment at the end when it's like the sunset and she's looking out over Godzilla's destruction and Godzilla's gone. She's finally done it.
I thought you were talking about the final moment between them.
Yeah, there's a weird freeze frame that we won't talk about. How about the government not actually getting rid of the plasma that Godzilla's attracted to?
Well, they got rid of Godzilla, so...
But the official at the end is just like, it makes us wealthy.
Every country has its
secrets.
projects.
We just kept this plasma here, even though it's Godzilla's attacking because of it. Thousands of people are dying because of it. It's making us wealthy. What an idiot. What a freaking idiot.
Whoa.
Godzilla, when he gets engulfed by flames when the griffin hits him.
Yeah, very cool.
The suit's just going through it. I just love it. So it makes me so happy when we just see the suit getting torn to shreds or set on fire or blown up.
They didn't need to bring it back to the Toho lot for it to be destroyed this time.
This film has got a lot of nostalgia fog over it for me. This is probably the Godzilla movie that I watched the most growing up. Now that
Other
I think
than
about
Son
it.
of Godzilla.
Yeah, this and Son of Godzilla went hand in hand for me. And I wish I could break it down a bit more. I don't know. I feel like a lot of movies on Podzilla, we can't help but kind of just break down the movies and kind of rehash the moments in it and give our little comments. I wish that we could go deeper because I do love being pretty critical.
Yeah, I think there is a place to have a real critical breakdown of what works and what doesn't for this movie.
But
Podzilla's not the place for it.
I honestly just don't know what I'd say about this movie. What message does it have? Plasma is bad.
Yeah, finding a new source of energy other than... I think the message is go back to nuclear power.
Don't use renewable energy. Go back to nuclear power. Yeah, I don't know. But it was really fresh. It's a fun movie. It's got that nice little mix of campiness and actual darkness to it too, which I thought worked really well. Characters are compelling. The monsters are really unlike anything we've seen before. Godzilla's on a whole nother level here. Megaguirus looks really impressive. With the Heisei era, you touched on it. We had a lot of flying monsters shooting a lot of beams. They managed to make Megaguirus really involved in hand-to-hand fighting, claw to claw.
Almost entirely melee and physical attacks.
Yeah.
Apart from one, I don't even know what you'd call it, bomb blast, which is different from a laser, so it's still very new and fresh.
Yeah. And I really love how these Millennium era films look so far. This is really shot really impressively. It is a bit dated, but there's a lot of really impressive shots of Godzilla, parts where he's comped in really nicely.
Yeah.
Godzilla, yeah, they make Godzilla just look scary and impressive. You know what? I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 5.
4 stars?
Yeah.
That's very high.
I really like it. I can't find much to fault. It is a little long. I think it clocks in like an hour 45. I feel like they could have trimmed 20 minutes or so and it would have just...
You want to see that 90-minute TriStar cut?
Give me the 90-minute TriStar cut. Yeah, you know, I love Kariko. I love Kudo. I love the action sequences. I love the darkness. I think it's really impressive for a standalone Godzilla movie to be as good as this one is. I always have fun. Megaguirus, I think, is on the list for one of my favorite monsters now.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Megaguirus.
She's really...
I'm saying Megaguirus unironically now.
Yeah, she's really impressive. I was thinking, though, afterwards, like, imagine a world where this wasn't Godzilla versus Megaguirus and it was just like a Rodan standalone movie. Because we had the Meganulans in the original Rodan.
Yeah.
It feels like Megaguirus could have been utilized a bit better if she was in the air for more instead of sticking so low to the land. Imagine a world where like Rebirth of Mothra did really well. They were like, okay, let's do a Rodan movie. Let's bring back his first enemy.
I think it'll be hard to do. I think you could do it though.
It would have made a bit more sense.
Yeah, it is very weird seeing, like, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like there's a few different visions happening in this movie.
You have the weird sci-fi black hole elements.
Dimension-tied black hole and then insectoid.
Prehistoric stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, this feels like, well, I've got a quote here. So a lot of people thought this movie was like, all right at the time when it came out. A lot of them thought it was run-of-the-mill, mediocre. A movie that attempts to be creative and edgy but somehow fails. But one person here, Matt Paprocki of the Blog Critics, I don't know who this is, but it was on the Wikipedia page.
Wow.
Says it's a true classic in the series. It's impossible not to be entertained somewhat, whether you're looking for camp value or serious giant monster action. This one has everything that is required of the kaiju genre, which is like fair. Like, there's nothing very, very bad about it.
No.
It might not be the most amazing thing ever.
I always have a lot of fun.
But that's the thing about these movies. Like, you kind of have fun regardless.
Yeah. Man, we need to update every Godzilla movie on Wikipedia and be like, Podzilla said, who is this guy?
There was also...
Who are these people?
I don't know. There's also Andrew Pragasam.
I thought you were going to give us historic, like, Japanese reactions. These do not sound like Japanese names.
Actually, there's also Andrew Pragasam of The Spinning Image.
Who
called the movie...
Who are these people?
A flawed but entertaining comic book extravaganza.
I mean, good take, but I don't know who he is.
And this is my official Wikipedia quote here.
Someone update it, please. Micah from the podcast Podzilla says...
A flawed but enjoyable entry to the franchise.
You have to spell it out like that too.
Franchise. Wait. It is The Marvels. No. Yes. It is what The Marvels is to Marvel.
Whoa.
Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is to Godzilla. I liked The Marvels, guys.
Okay.
I thought it was entertaining.
I don't know what that was.
I thought it was jaunty comic book extravaganza.
Okay, Jasha from Podzilla says, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is a fresh, fun movie.
He says in 2024.
Effortlessly blends science fiction with reality and tells a heartfelt story about humanity through the eyes of Kariko as she finds her peace.
You're reading something. What are you reading off of?
I'm grabbing different words from different sentences I wrote in my notes. It was sounding better than yours, though.
Yeah.
You guys have something to work with there. Let's forget
Feel free to make up anything from my Wikipedia page, honestly.
Forget whoever those people were that you were reading out reviews from.
I don't know who they were.
Let's read out some reviews from you guys, the listeners, on what you thought of Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. I've got one here from Isaiah. Isaiah says, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is one of those types of movies that's just an okay movie. It's fine, not bad, but not great. The characters are okay, and the movie has some decent action. The idea of having a character wanting revenge is a neat idea, but I don't think this movie did a good job with that. Megaguirus doesn't feel as important in the movie, and it felt like she was added in the last minute. I think it's the weakest of the Millennium movies. If I was to give it a 10-star review, it would be 5.5 out of 10. For 5-star, I give it 3 out of 5 black holes. It has its moments, which I felt kept it from being a 2 out of 5, but it felt like this movie didn't have a lot going for it.
There are a lot of numbers.
There are a lot of numbers. We appreciate that, Isaiah. We have another review here from our pal at No Dove in Discord, Liam. And Liam says, making Rodan's Meganula the main antagonist was brilliant, and Megaguirus had a sick design and attitude. I love how it has a goofy plot, but it takes itself seriously. 4.5 out of 5.
Whoa,
from Liam.
That's high.
That's a good review,
That's
Liam.
high.
I'm proud of you. I agree wholeheartedly. There's a review here from David as well. David says, this is usually considered the worst of the Millennium series, but I don't know. For me, it's a guilty pleasure. Yes, it's very over the top with lots of glaring flaws, but it's really not bad to my mind. It's just a fun Godzilla movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, and there's something to be said for that. I like the characters, the action's good, the new monster and her returning brood are nice additions to the Rogues Gallery, and Godzilla continues to look great. Is it one of the best Godzilla movies ever? No, but it's still enjoyable. And then lastly, we have a review here from Kyle. Kyle says, I kind of feel like Jun should face some sort of discipline for illegally dumping a mysterious egg into the sewer, causing widespread death and destruction, to be honest.
Yeah.
2.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And you raise a really good point, Kyle. I mean, there was a witness to him doing that too, that lady that yelled at him.
Honestly, thinking back on this movie before watching it, I fully thought that this was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story where he just takes an egg, chucks it into the sewer, and that's how Megaguirus comes about.
He was the catalyst. It probably wouldn't have got to Watto if he hadn't done that, to be honest. It is
Is Jin the main villain of this movie?
Hey. Anyway, that's everything for Godzilla versus Megaguirus. But last week when we covered Godzilla Minus One, we did ask for you guys to send in your thoughts on Minus One, and we thought we'd read them out because we've absolutely loved seeing them all come through and talking with you guys, especially in our Discord. Links in the show notes for that. But yeah, we really love just hearing your thoughts, and we'll read a couple of them out here. Do you want to kick us off, Micah, with our first review?
Give it to me. So Ismail from the Real Latinos podcast, give it a listen, insanely good podcast.
Yeah.
Said, believe the hype. Incredibly beautiful human-centered story with mind-blowing visuals. I clenched the seat. I marveled at the screen. I almost teared up. I was in awe. I was emotionally invested. I just loved it. There's very little to pick apart at this for me. What a great time. Men would rather fight Godzilla than go to therapy. 5 out of 5.
That's true.
Men fighting Godzilla together is therapy.
And it's better than therapy. We have a review here from one of our other close friends, Kev, who is a co-host of the Austin Danger podcast. The Austin Danger podcast.
Is there 2 podcasts in that?
The Austin Danger podcast, ADP. The ADP podcast. The ADP? Austin
ADP.
He's a co-host of Austin Danger podcast, which you should listen to if you haven't already. Kev says, this went beyond any expectation I had going in. It was so awesome that even the thumping, relentless, monotonous bass of Beyonce did not ruin the movie. I can't say that for almost anything else. 5 out of 5.
Thankfully, I think this bit out Beyonce in theaters.
Yeah, I think it did.
We've also got one here from Nolan. Best non-animated action movie of the year. I had to add the qualifier because of Spider-Verse. What an absolutely awesome movie. It's crazy how much more effective and terrifying Godzilla can be when the world around him is fully developed. The atomic breath in this movie made me transcend. 4 out of 5.
Then we have one more written review here from our friend Nalbus. And again, Nalbus writes amazing letterboxd reviews, Nalbis. Go and follow them. Nalbus says, a demon from the abyss emerges at shore. A motive of nothing more than to bring a nation from 0 to minus. A beast of folklore, bathed in nuclear fire, haunts those who feel they should have perished. Any chance to rebuild is annihilated in an instant. Any hope to live, from 0 to minus. An omen for survivor's guilt, a festering entity of humankind's destruction embodied in its most pure and terrifying form. War. Our innate desire to live happily in this world is all we have left to stop it. When that happens, will our war finally be over? 5 out of 5 from Nalbus. 5 out of 5 review too. Honestly, just beautiful stuff.
We've also got a voice message. We've got a voice message sent in from Rich.
Let's have a listen to that.
Thank you, Rich.
Hey guys, it's the Heat Team leader just walking out of the Godzilla Minus One screening. Really love the movie. I think it's top 2 of all the Godzilla movies I've ever seen. Obviously behind the first one. And not much else more to say. Flawless movie. Love you guys all what you're doing. Can't wait for the next one.
Was that Beyonce in the background?
I don't know what that was.
Can we go back there for a second?
If we want to go back. I heard what that was.
Out of the Godzilla Minus One screening. Really love the movie. I think
It was Beyonce. It was just Beyonce.
No, yeah, agree with all your points there, Rich. Heat team leader. Appreciate the voice message.
Doing your duty.
Can't believe it.
I really fear for the person who's listening to these episodes for the first time and just doesn't know the lore of Godzilla.
The year's worth of lore that makes that sound in the background make sense.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Thank all of you for sending in your thoughts about Minus One, though.
Thank all of you.
Thank all of you. It's been great.
Thank all of you.
Especially since it just came to US cinemas. Join the Discord. We've been chatting about Minus One so much there.
Yeah.
We've been consistently seeing everybody send messages right as they come out of theaters.
Yeah, it's been real cool.
And like across the board, everybody has been adoring and loving this movie. So many people other than us have like been brought to tears at just how impactful and emotional it is.
People were also sharing their fits, what they were wearing to see Godzilla Minus One. We had Obscure in the Discord. Impeccable David Byrne outfit.
No, impeccable David Byrne dancing.
Yeah, it was just amazing. You have to see it. So yeah, join the Discord, link in the show notes. But next week, Micah, we are going to be talking about Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters, all-out attack.
GMK.
The longest name in Godzilla history. But the synopsis for this goes, the god of destruction, Godzilla, lands in Japan. Godzilla has become a distant memory for Japan when the destruction of a US submarine raises alarms for the admiral. His estranged daughter Yuri investigates the legend of the guardian monsters who must rise to protect Japan against the vengeful spirits within Godzilla that seek to destroy both the nation and its people for the suffering they inflicted in the Pacific conflict. Crazy movie. I rewatched this just the other day with members of our Discord, and I just have to say, if you enjoyed Minus One, this plays with a lot of similar themes. So if you enjoyed Minus One, check out Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters, All-Out Attack, and listen to us discuss it next week.
I just want to see Mothra again.
Yeah.
I just want to see Mothra again.
It's been a while.
I've heard she's very fluffy in this one.
Is
she not fluffy?
She's not at her fluffiest.
A little bit of fluffy.
She's very CGI-y.
Is she CGI for this movie?
A lot of
it.
Get ready.
Oh, okay.
Micah, is there anything else that we've forgotten to do?
Jaysha. Not forgotten. It's been in the background, in the back of my mind.
It's been lurking throughout the episode.
I'm going to start a timer here. Everybody, set your timers. Get ready for Battle Line Battle Minute.
The return.
Jaysha, they just announced, just releasing tonight after we finish this episode.
My app's updating right now.
My app is updated. There's still scheduled delays. I'm going to open it up because the Minus One event is happening.
Yeah.
There's no spoilers, but you were there during the actual live stream. Can you tell us some news?
It was about 2 hours of the Battle Line update team talking to the director of Minus One, completely in Japanese, roundtable discussion like. Didn't understand a word of it, but they did announce Godzilla Minus One is coming to the game, a different version of Godzilla Minus One with his like atomic breath,
like those
back scoots stuck out. Yeah, he's coming into the game, and we have a plane coming into the game as well. I'm just realizing now that a lot of people listening to this probably don't know what Battle Line is. Battle Line is a Godzilla app where you collect a deck of kaiju, select the ones you want to fight with, and have really intense 3-minute strategic battles against people all over the world.
minute. Very good, Jasha. Very impressed.
Just when
Completely unrelated to Godzilla. If I was ever there for a Japanese Godzilla-related live stream, you know that I've got that one website I use to translate Japanese text to English text up.
Yeah, I should have used that.
If I were there.
You weren't there, and I don't know how to do that.
That's my role in the P Graspers. I'm the translator.
Against all odds, Godzilla Battle Line Battle Minute returned.
And it'll be back. Everybody play the game. Tell us if you get minus Goji in your pool.
We're not even sponsored by this game. We've reached out to Battle Line. They haven't returned our calls or our emails. Please.
I heard they're on the island over from us right now.
Hey, you need to fly over to Battle Line headquarters and see what we can do. Anyway, we really appreciate you guys listening to the show. Be sure to listen in next week to GMK. Be sure to join our Discord. And also be sure, well, I guess don't be sure, but if you'd like to, support us on Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to uncut Podzilla episodes, which is like up to 30, 40 minutes extra per episode. Where we just have even wilder discussions.
Yep. I'll give you a little tease.
Yeah.
If you join the Patreon this episode, you will hear Jasha go head to head with a Meganula.
That is not a lie. I wish it was. It's not a lie. Yeah, so support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Podzilla. And just a last shout out, we'd really appreciate it if you rated and reviewed us on your podcasting platform of choice.
Wherever that may be.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Overcast.
Is Overcast one thing?
Good Pods? Are these all
You're saying names that make no sense to me.
Google Podcasts? Are these all real things? Yeah, we really appreciate it, though. It goes a long way to help people find the show and to just spread awareness to Podzilla. So we really appreciate it if you did that.
Yeah. Jasha, final messages to all the listeners out there.
Go ahead, yeah.
Jasha.
Yeah, you're
Jasha.
Like, Jasha, stop. I'm announcing a final message. Yeah.
Jasha, stop it. You got fun. Just watch out for the bugs out there. Buy some mosquito netting. It goes a very long way.
Yeah, you might be injected with Godzilla energy just when you least expect it.
Be safe out there.
Thanks for listening to Podzilla. Join our Discord server, tag us on Letterboxd, and follow us on socials at PodzillaPod. Links are all in our show notes. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Podzilla and get access to extended cuts of every episode and the occasional bonus ep. Huge thank you to Cassie Celine for our seasonal podcast art, and just a disclaimer that all music and additional audio used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company. I have started buying Boss coffees in bulk from the supermarket so that they're cheaper than me buying them every day from the vending machine because I'm addicted and I don't know what to do and it's only getting worse.
So any of you listening out there, don't buy Boss Coffee because they're too good.